They call it music. 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 They call it. 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 They call it.
Boom! Welcome to another special edition of the thing called Double Rock. It'll rock you all side, just calling thing today. I go father.
Boom!
No boss, that's my.
Glad to be here in
When
the
I
land.
say when I say father, then you go with what you're supposed to say, boss.
Glad to
You
be
did
here
it
in the
right.
land of the living. Don't forget to practice the mic, so that's just repetitious just now.
Practice and over, boss.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. Always trying to get it right.
What's going on, man? What's going on in the Junkanoo community this week? Man?
Well,
You better have all your nose, my boy. Don't come here pump
no,
faking.
no, I ain't got all my nose, boy.
Don't come,
I don't have
come
all,
here
I don't
pump
have all,
faking, daddy.
I have one issue with the news I still have to research. But the news this week is simple. One family choreograph girls are having an event this coming Saturday at Corner Pocket.
No.
8 ball,
Eight
boy.
ball.
Say
Eight
corner
ball.
pocket. You think you
Where's the
shooting
corner
bull?
pocket?
You shooting bull, I was.
I was, it's
No, he was trying to make sure.
all in the same context.
8 ball,
Eight ball.
sport
Eight ball,
lounge.
Sports Lounge, Elizabeth Avenue.
Carrying on, daddy.
Freaks come out at night.
Huh?
Don't stop, keep going.
Well, it's our way of trying to defray our expenses because, you know, Junkanoo is a costly hobby to have. So it allows our girls to get together, have a little powwow, social, loosen up a bit. It ain't all about the seriousness of Junkanoo. It's all about everybody coming together, have a good time. And
That's what Junkanoo supposed to be.
that's what it's all about.
Your job just now was to give location, time,
Okay.
place.
He's a
No,
petty
that
boy.
stuff.
Okay, so November 3rd.
Okay, let's just do that again. Without further ado, wow, news.
Okay, so the event is November 3rd. Doors open at 8. Tickets are $10. You could hit up any one of the dancers. It's $15 at the door, and it's at 8 Ball, Elizabeth Avenue. Got that?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And in further news today, all Junkanoo practices are now in full swing. We have
You sure?
Janice.
Come on, man. Let's just make it sure.
Well, we ain't sure at all. We can talk about the ones we know about.
Okay.
Genesis on Tuesday nights at Arawaki.
Turn up Tuesday.
Turn up Tuesday. Roots
On Wednesday.
for Charlotte. Wednesday evenings.
What do they call it? Stop on Wednesday.
Practice.
Go on.
Okay. Thursday we have. Let me start from the earlier practices, go to the late practices.
Oh,
as we
Lord.
go in.
I know where that's going. It is what it is. It is what
Okay.
it is.
Saxon's practices at Arawaki. Valley practices at Porter's Key. One family practice at the old City Meat Market, or we call it the new cultural spot there off Market Street.
Okay.
We would like for everybody to go and support each one of these practices because we have vendors out there who support the group, and that's how a lot of groups sustain themselves is by through the vendors. So go out and support and visit these practices. I'm sure there's a lot of other practices. I know the Congo's practice also on a Wednesday night at Foxhill Park.
Freedom Park, boss.
That's what they call it now, Freedom Park.
Did I ever been in Freedom Park, boss? What's going on?
I thought it was Foxhill.
Freedom Park and
Okay,
Foxhill.
So it's Freedom Park, and what's the roundabout?
Freedom Park.
I told him Freedom Park. Freedom Park. What we need from every other group who has practices to let us know exactly when you're practicing, where you're practicing, so you can let the world know exactly what's going on in your corner of the world. Now, without further ado, we have the beautiful...
That's all I know is, boss.
That I know about. I have the one issue I have to look up. One
So
issue.
you can't be coming here and be delaying
Big man,
news,
big
boss.
man,
When
big
you come
man.
to do news, we doing news, but after that, we on there that no more, boss.
Things change all the time. At the end of the show, I'll just give the announcements one more time.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah,
Everything good?
man. You
I
got
have
to
no
have your
complaints.
news line up, boss.
No complaints.
Let's go.
And further not further news. Without further ado. See, this when you do a live show, eh? You never
Whatever
say.
buck-up goes.
You never say.
Not really.
Okay, good.
Hey, welcome to Double Rock.
I'd like to introduce to the Junkanoo world someone who needs not too much introduction because everybody sees her in front of one family girls doing what she does best, getting them ready and we have Anischa Fernander from one family. As you can see, one family. Choreograph, let me get it right. Management team.
Okay.
Stay.
I am a representative of our Choreograph sections board.
Forward.
Good, excellent.
Okay.
So we get it straight now. And we're here to talk about.
Whatever you want to
Nightmare
talk
on Bay Street.
We had to promote Nightmare
Nightmare
on
on
Bay
Bay
Street,
Street.
about. The freaks
and
come out at night.
to talk about Junkanoo in general.
Yes.
Yeah, run the cover.
So what we normally do is we ask you a little bit about your history in Junkanoo, how you got involved. I know how you got involved. Your history in Junkanoo, how you got involved, and just a little bit of your transition through Junkanoo from starting to where you at right now.
Okay. You want me to start now?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's
Well, basically everybody knows who my father is.
No.
No, ain't nobody know who you are.
Who don't know, don't want to know.
I know.
I know.
My dad is the infamous goat man,
Gold man.
Tyrone Fernander.
All right.
He used to be one of the members of the Saxon Superstars back in the 70s and 80s. And when one family formed, he broke off and he left and he went with the group.
Okay.
I myself never rushed with the Saxon.
Okay.
I never did. I was a Saxon because that's what my family was a part of, but I never rushed with them personally. My brother, Noel, who they call Butter, and my sister Christina,
You wouldn't believe I didn't know his name was Noel until yesterday.
yes, and my sister Christina, who they call Muffin, they were the ones that really were involved in the group in their earlier age.
Okay.
As for me, I really didn't start actively participating in Junkanoo until I was like about 9. 9 is when I did like my first parade.
Okay.
There was this guy called Reds. You know Reds, the dance teacher. He's not here. I think he's off the island or the country right now. But he started this little choreograph section for little girls. And I think this was that year when we did the fish, because this was like the early 90s. We did the fish. Fish is the infamous theme in
I
Junkanoo.
want to ask you which fish.
And I was a part of that retrospect of it. Since then, my sister Muffin, she used to be one of the lead choreograph dancers with one family, and I was begging her for years to dance, for years, and she's like, no, you ain't ready, and this thing and the next thing, and all kind of this and all kind of that. And it wasn't until I was actually 14, the year one family brought out Africa, that I got my first foot in the road.
Africa again.
Africa again.
Okay. No. It wasn't family's first Africa experience. We are saying
Yes.
the African theme was brought
Right.
again.
Again.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that was 99. I think that was 99.
You tell people your age.
Yeah, don't worry about
Okay,
that. I
all
don't
right.
run from my head. So that was my very first introduction to choreograph dancing
Okay.
from then. And I've been doing it ever since.
And you can't get out.
Can't get out.
So that was your bite. We
Yes.
always say in Junkanoo when you get bite, it's infectious. It's like can't never get
Yeah,
out.
because as a child sitting on the bleachers, I always knew that I wanted to be in the road. My mother, she always took all of the younger children because it's 7 of us.
Okay.
It's 7 of us. And she always took the younger ones to Junkanoo to watch the parade. Now, my mommy wasn't one to really sit on the bleachers. Although we had bleacher tickets, she was one of them who knew how to maneuver through the crowd and get to the back to where all the groups were through Elizabeth Avenue. So she took us, and that's how we got the feel for it. Because my little brother, TJ Tyrone Jr., he's one of the bellers now. And I remember when we were small, he used to have like the little cowbell on the string. And he used to have that with him every parade until he finally got his first pair of cowbells and made his introduction into Junkanoo. So basically, my whole family is involved in it. I have a younger sister.
All with one family?
All rush with one family. I have a younger sister. Her name is, her nickname is Reds. Everybody knows Reds. She actually used to do, she actually was a bass drummer. She did bass for a while. She actually beat bass in the early stages of when One Family came about. And then she later went into free dancing. Yes, and today is her birthday, and I want to send out a special happy birthday to my baby sister. I can tell you what her government name is, but affectionately known as Reds. Wishing you a happy birthday, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. But as it stands now, basically, I've been doing this now, choreograph for 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
20
You
years.
tell people your age.
Yes, I am 34 years old.
Stop playing. Ain't no
I've been
time to
doing
fuck
this.
fake.
Yes, I've been doing this for the
For more than
past
half of your life.
20. Yeah, for more than half of my life. I've been in it. I've been through it. I've had children while doing it. Miss a Boxing Day. Show up on a New Year's Day because you don't want to feel left out. So I know what it is to just get that heart pumping when you get involved in Junkanoo. You just can't help it. You can't describe it to people who aren't a part of it.
No.
They would never understand it. They don't understand the sacrifice that goes into it. But hey,
They don't understand why you do
why
it.
you
why
do it.
you do this
why
crazy
you
thing.
sacrifice so much sleep and so much
Time
money.
and
You ain't getting no
family and money
return.
and-
You ain't profiting from it. There's no gain.
So why do you do it?
Why do I do it?
For the love?
Yes, I'm very passionate about what I do. I actually, with Choreograph, I never really took any dance classes per se, only like what they probably taught in high school, you know, as an option. But in terms of the choreography aspect of it, I just love to see the whole production of it.
Speaking of the production of it, I mean, run us through it. How does it work for you? How do you get a routine? How does a routine?
You form a routine, basically.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out.
Well-
Just go there and say, okay,
Let's do
one
this,
step,
do
two
this,
step,
do
three
this.
step, four.
Yeah, well, in terms of routine, the whole process of a routine, well, basically you take, well, let me just talk from the street events, the street parades aspect of it. You basically recycle a lot of old routines that you have, and you put them together to make a cohesive synchronization of steps.
Okay.
Now, as you get more into Junkanoo, Bay Street, the big parades, it goes more into characterization based on the theme that your group is portraying and the character you're going to present. You now have to find steps that would match the theme. It tells the story of your group's theme.
So if it's a pirate, you want to do teams.
Theme, right.
Pirates,
And all that good stuff. Like when, like the Valley Girls that year, that JSF, when they did that whole introduction and they come and I was like, swords and stuff like that. And I was like, see, that's getting into character.
I guess it's use of small props.
Props, yes. Like I said, it's all about even your facial expression.
Yeah.
All of that is a part of the routine, a part of the process. So the teaching aspect of it is a bit more intense because you always have women, and now I see that it's evolving into males as well, that they see the product.
Good point.
They see the product and they're like, oh, I want to do this. I want to choreograph. I want to do this. But it's a lot more than just the smiling and the 1-2 steps. You have to be able to dedicate your time because the practices.
Okay, speaking of time, how often would a group or choreograph practice?
As much as necessary.
How,
5 days, let's say 7 days in a week. If you really want to lock down a routine, and I'm talking about in terms of complete from start to finish, you could practice anywhere from 2 days out of the week up to 5 days out of the week.
Wow.
If you really want to lock down what it is you're teaching.
And that's besides getting costumes
That's
ready.
besides costumes.
And that's aside from personal life.
That's besides that.
Work, school.
That's besides
Then
that.
on
5
top of
days
that,
already?
everybody don't learn on the same pace.
Exactly.
So you
And
get
everybody
another
can't make every practice.
and then
Exactly.
you get so all this is challenges you face with now. So now I ain't as fast a learner as you got.
Oh, I
So
may have
get-
2 left foot initially.
Exactly.
You know, so
So what you then have to do is basically it's about bringing out the best in the person. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, you might have to be a little, I don't want to say harsh, but just give
It
them
is
the
what it
facts and
is.
be like, look, I don't think
you ain't
this
think make
this
it.
ain't
Yeah,
for you.
that was gonna be my next question.
This
Mark.
just ain't for you. Like
So
we
there's a cut. There's
yeah,
a,
you
there's a
have
cut
to. Yeah,
situation.
you have a cut situation. This just ain't for you.
This
I was-
is almost reminds me of the social, not the social media, the reality shows with the cheerleaders and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
So we can actually come and actually do a whole show based on you guys. On the
Yeah,
I mean,
you
the
know.
emotion. Take the emotion side.
even not even that. Try to even push them in another direction in the group. Probably
Yeah,
like
man,
look.
we need more free
Free
dancers,
dancers,
so-
you probably need to get your foot in the road because there's
Mm-hmm,
probably in some. No, we're not. We're not
He's a very
discriminating.
No, I asked you out there. I don't know
No,
the clown.
we're not discriminating.
I said that because you
So these, it's coming to a place where things are more diverse.
Okay.
So, and crowd appeal.
and you say crowd appeal. When you guys roll through, it's really ooh and ah. So when you do your routines, you basically create them to get that effect.
Yes, we do.
And
We
then in
do.
terms of costume, and recently now with Choreograph, I've noticed now is the whole. Everybody's getting the face done. It's like
Yes.
really getting into
yes.
character.
Yeah,
You
really
have to,
getting the
you
character.
right. Because, like I said, all of that is a part of your costume, a
Yeah.
part of your routine. I tell my dancers, I'm like, look, you could be going all out, you got this on lock, but if your face is showing fatigue, I'm not gonna feed off of you. Dancing, for me, from a choreograph standpoint, should look effortless. It should look like you having fun.
Fun.
It should look, I'm saying you ain't gonna mess up, but nobody knows you mess up.
Because you
Okay, because you
Exactly.
still going. So the makeup, the jewels, the wigs, the accessories, the props, right down to footwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because last year we did Brazil. My section, we were samba dancers.
And you
So
need them high heels.
so we had on the gold high heel shoes, not the high heel, but we had on shoes
shoes.
to depict.
How your feet manage after that parade?
Oh God. Bay Street is like the worst street to dance in heels. I kid you not. Because
Up and down and
the
side
road,
to side.
well,
and
there was a step that we did, this little side to side shuffle. And I was working on that step because I wanted to get that step down. I wanted to master that step. But Bay Street, slow. And my shuffle had to carry me to the left. So, of course, I never get the side. I was literally hopping, going on the side because I couldn't get that because of the slope
Slope,
in
right.
those
Those
shoes.
shoes.
right.
But again, nobody knew that. I just had to, what they say,
Go
fake
with-
it till you make it.
Go with the flow.
Right, and keep count. So, yeah.
Wow, it's
So,
amazing.
mm,
We're here to talk basically about your upcoming event.
yes.
Now we're gonna give you the floor once again. To let
Again,
the people know exactly what it is, where is it at, the time, place.
again,
Again.
November 3rd, which is this coming Saturday. It's at the 8 Ball Sports Lounge, Elizabeth Avenue. Doors open at 8. Again, tickets are now on sale. You could hit up any one of my dancers. We all have tickets on sale. They
Okay.
are $10.
What if I don't know none of your dances?
You get a
Well,
I know
Facebook
none of your
page.
dances.
We have
Yeah,
Facebook. Okay, you can WhatsApp me. The number is 424-6787.
Okay.
Hit me up for your tickets. You could also hit me up on Facebook Messenger at my name, Anischa, Anischa,
Okay.
Fernander. Send me a message and let me know how much tickets you're interested in.
Okay. Do you have does your section have a Facebook page?
We do. It's developing.
It's developing.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
we do.
Okay.
Did y'all did an event page?
I actually started to create one the other day, I got
Probably
sidetracked.
that.
Yeah, I need to.
After
Yes,
your
I'm
meeting?
going to do that.
After your
I'm gonna do
meeting?
that.
Yeah,
I
you saw the
actually,
event page and send it
I
out?
literally
And
had it up.
that would solve a lot of
Yeah.
your problems right
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Instead of having to worry about
Yeah.
your individual page, because
Yeah.
then you could then invite certain people
Yeah.
and then remind them.
I literally was starting to do that, and I got
So
sidetracked.
what's
Yeah,
the first thing you do after your meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the
My
event
event
page.
page.
Event page.
It
would be
eliminates
good.
all that,
Right.
And you could get all their contact information for
Right.
tickets and all
you
that.
Because I did one for our last one.
So just a costume party or what?
No, it's not a costume party.
It's not a.
No, it's not a costume
Man,
party.
you going to Nightman on Bay Street and no
It's not a
costume?
costume party.
Man, you
No,
ain't serious,
hold
man.
on. It's not a costume party per se. Doesn't mean that you can't wear your costume.
Come on,
I was
man.
in return of Oscar.
Man.
It's not a
Hey,
costume party.
You get Nightmare on Bay Street, and you no costume, and the freaks
You coming in
come
your
out the
costume?
night, and the freaks come
You
out
coming
the
in
night.
yours?
Only
You-
freaks is being costume.
Really?
Freaks is being costume. You haven't been Nightmare on Bay Street, and you ain't want to. What?
No, it's not a costume fair party.
Wait, man, you look at the flyer. That's showing you that's a costume event.
Speak to us about that costume with that particular morning right there.
Independence just passed.
Yeah.
That costume itself was a group of girls that I have. Let me not say girls because they're all women.
Young ladies.
Young women, were very instrumental in that look.
Okay.
So we actually have a group that actually deals primarily with
Costume.
costumes. So they would
Makes
throw
sense.
together suggestions, and then we'll
Okay.
just pick from it and be like, okay, this is what we're going to use, this is what we're going to do. And that was the result of that.
Okay. When you first came on, you said, you gave your introduction, and I cut you off. You said that Junkanoo is costly and this is a fundraiser. And we applaud every group, and that's why we brought you on.
Yes.
And we want to try and help you promote your event because we all about helping Junkanoo groups self-sustain themselves.
Yes. Yep.
Or try to be self-sustaining. Help us understand, or help our viewing audience understand the cost involved with Junkanoo from a choreograph's point of view.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they talking off parade and the
And
real
real
parade.
parade.
Because each off parade, you guys,
Spend some
you
buck,
got a new outfit
you know.
Well,
every parade. I mean, almost every parade.
almost. But when I started in Choreograph, this was, like I said, under my sister, it was Junkanoo back then. Choreograph back then was more elaborate because we basically used to have a costume for every street rush, from Labor Day, Independence,
Yeah,
Fox Hill,
Double.
Joe
Complete
Billy,
outfit.
complete
Complete
outfit.
And give us a
Costume
give us
wise.
a guesstimate of that cost of that outfit.
Anywhere from, you could spend anywhere from $50 up to $200
On a side parade.
on a side parade.
Wow.
That one in particular with Just Gone, I think that was about somewhere under about $200.
Huh?
Of that. Because it had to get made. You have to
Yeah.
buy material. You want everybody to look alike. Shipping. These things are ordered. You have customs.
You get all this
Stockings.
stuff.
Your VAT.
You have VAT. All these different
12%
things.
on that.
So, what we have done through the years now to help cut that cost is to try streamline it a bit more, where it's more like you got your group shirts, your pants, your throw one headband, one neck piece, and stuff like that. Because a lot of people probably can't afford to be spending that kind of money on a street
regular
parade.
yeah.
Whereas you probably could say, okay, we have group t-shirts for like $10.
You
That's
could-
more
you could-
feasible.
Yeah.
You could get more bodies in the road that week.
Yeah, makes
Right.
sense.
And I've noticed that your group is very prominent when it comes to the accessories, the
Yes.
necklaces and the handbands.
The bling.
But it adds completion to your
Right.
performance.
Yep.
It's still, although the tie
And the
itself
bling
is
costs
simple.
money.
Yes, the bling. But those bling are recyclable
Ah.
because once you get them, like we'll be like, look here, throw that headband and them hand pieces on. Everybody has them.
Yeah.
Everybody uses them.
Okay.
And then we have somebody who loves to make stuff like that, Sharika Pindo. So that's how we are able to get that look when we line up.
Makes sense.
It does give you that completion.
Yes, it does. And I've seen other groups take trend from that.
But that's what Junkanoo is all
It's
about.
about.
Junkanoo is taking pieces of what works for other groups and bringing it
Putting
into
it
your
in
fold
yourself.
and trying to
Yep.
advance it.
Right. It is.
And we normally call it, well, I just call it copycat, but
Copycat.
it is what it is.
By the
I
teeth,
mean,
my luck, boy.
yeah, they teach your luck, but they may take your luck and carry it to another level.
Exactly.
And then make you step your game up.
Exactly.
On the show, we always talk about materials. I mean, I know from the choreograph point of view, how much percentage of your costume is actually pasted? Or do you use a lot of that new product, the glitter foam? But I keep using that, keep calling that, I guess, promoting these guys
Glitter.
that product, you know.
I hope you know that.
Okay.
Okay, in
It was a
terms
marketer.
of
And they ain't getting paid.
now, I can't remember. I actually have it in my
Hint,
phone.
hint. Okay.
Yeah, I actually have the rules in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I keep that. That's the book.
We also have the rules. We have the rules too.
Now,
we can talk about
we
the
know
rules
there's
eventually.
a certain percentage of the costume that has to be pasted in terms of choreograph. But in terms of material, we try to, I don't want to say, we try to stick to the criteria as close as possible without being penalized for it. Because if you really read the rules, it says that there are certain materials that you could use outside of crepe paper, like Jackson Morning, we use burlap.
Burlap, yeah,
Burlap is we use straw.
Mm-hmm.
So those are materials that you can use.
without being penalized.
Right.
And those are
without-
materials they're encouraging us to
Right.
use because
Right, so those are the type of materials that we would use. Then there's always the crepe paper, and there are innovative ways you could use crepe paper as well. You don't just have to do the flat out pasting no more. I remember, I think it was when we did the funeral morning, and the ladies that were the angels, their whole dress, the whole bottom of their dress, which was ruffled, was crepe paper. Although we got a bit flack for that because people were thinking that it was literally cloth, and we literally had to go to the judge and be like, touch it. It's crepe paper. The whole entire bottom of that dress was crepe paper. So it's all about being as inventive
as you can.
as you can.
Within the rules.
Within the rules, and to also make sure that it doesn't hinder or restrict your movement, because it's one thing to see us line up on the street parades with these shirts on, and it's a different concept when you put that costume on.
A prime example of that is when me and Denny visited the Central Bank, and they had a replica of your lighthouse costume. Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
That was
The
that
weight on that shoulder piece. Remember that, Denny?
Yes.
That was
and
a
that was
weight.
a choreograph.
Yes, that,
That
was
was a
heavy.
that was a choreograph.
We checked that out. We was like, wow.
Yes, and that was a choreograph piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was like off the shoulder dancer.
Yes, it was. It was a little tedious and strenuous for the girls. I'm not gonna lie, some of them were really upset about the weight of
Because
it.
of course they got the
It
shoulder
weighs
burn. They got
down
the
and,
cherries. They got.
like, I literally had to like encourage some of them and be like, man,
You have to make the second
yes,
lap.
you
have to
gotta,
make the
you
second
got
lap.
to. And I like girls were literally like in tears, and that's why when it comes down to the costuming aspect of it, you really have to work hand in hand with the persons that are designing these looks.
Yeah.
Because you can't want me to step up my game and perform,
If
and you ain't giving me the tools,
And you're not comfortable.
and I'm not comfortable. Because as simple as Boxing Day gone, as simple as that costume was we had on, I still had little glitches with that. I actually have 2 circles on my back, this size, black, because I was getting rubbed,
Bruised,
bruised
right.
on my back from the corset in itself, because the bead itself was rubbing up against my skin. And I had to smile through that. So it's all about making sure that the look itself complements what the girls are going to do, and they're comfortable in doing it. Because as a choreograph, you see me on the road doing this, and then you put a shoulder piece on me, and I only could do this.
Right.
You see me on the road
You're
doing
You're
this,
limited.
and then I have to be rushing on Bay Street, holding the shoulder piece around my neck.
And that's like taking the whole performance away from
Yes,
you.
it does.
And we've seen that happen with many groups.
Yes.
I don't know so much about the choreograph section. My question to you is, do you practice in your costume?
We do. We try to get, especially.
But
like,
don't forget now, once you practice in the costume, now I got the jewels and the
No,
feathers.
it
and all that
doesn't.
stuff.
No, it
So
doesn't.
it doesn't give you the true
So
feel.
yeah,
No, it doesn't.
false.
Well,
False
last
judgment.
season, last year, once we were able to get the shoulder pieces and stuff, we brought them to our practices, and we would actually, because it's also a matter of
Spacing.
the spacing
Mm-hmm.
and being able to move
Move
through
in
one
it,
another
exactly.
with the piece actually on.
On, yeah.
Because you Bay Street the hooking and stuff like that, that happens. You collide.
Yeah, because that practice space may be
Right.
so wide and Bay Street.
Bay Street, right, and then you
So you
have
might
the
got-
judges, you have the
Me.
So
you have
might-
you.
Yeah.
So
Don't
you might
forget
got
me.
you
Photographer.
might got to take a line out and
Right.
all that different stuff.
Right, you actually do have times where Bay Street in itself,
It's just so small.
minutes before the parade, you have to make changes to your routine.
Wow.
And then you got to
And then on the fly, you have to
On the fly.
and you
changes
change to
after
your
the first
line,
lap.
and you gotta
After
make
the first lap.
and you may change just to your line and this gal and used to dancing. You
On
know,
the
when
left.
you move over here,
She
now
lost, she
wanna
looking
say,
at
what
you
I
like-
You
supposed
stop
to do
on the
now?
left,
Okay.
walk on the right.
Right, and these are the conditions that we have to work in.
Wow.
Moving challenges.
Yeah, that's just a part of the parade.
Yep.
Wow.
Breaking down, rod snapping, belt
Oh,
popping.
yeah, well, that's just part of it.
Yeah,
That's just
so
a part of it. So, do you guys have a dedicated set of marshals just for you, or
yes. One of our board reps, we actually brought her into our board this season. She's not a dancer per se, but her name is Shanae Davis. Shanae has been our marshal for as long as I know I've been choreographing. And she basically knows the ins and outs of
The choreograph.
choreograph, as
And
well
that-
as
and
the
that is very
moving of the
important.
parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, she know when to come in and when to not.
She knows
what to
the
look for
layout.
and what not
she
to look
knows
for?
she knows the layout of everything, and I have taken her advice with me throughout the years, and it has paid off. So she now sits on our board as well,
Okay.
and we normally have her, and then we also have like 2 males to help, especially the person who would build the costume.
Well, so, exactly.
Because
they
of
know.
course
They
they
know the
know
costume.
they know the
Know the
costume,
costume.
so they would be the ones that would marshal along with us throughout the parades.
How much time in, on average base, what number shoes be looking to carry to Bay Street?
In terms of numbers, basically it could range as long as it's more than 12. As long as it's more than 12.
You legit.
That's it.
Yeah,
We're good. As
yeah.
long as it's not more than 12. But even with it being, even with that, I still want to carry the best quality of dancers I can get to Bay Street, because again, this isn't for everybody. It's not just about looking pretty and smiling.
But smiling is important.
It is important,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, it's also a competition. It is a competition. So whoever you line up with have to be the best at their game.
Speaking of competition, but you still didn't give Denny a number. What numbers be looking at? Like
Well,
30, 40,
the max we would go up to is 40.
40? Okay. All right. And speaking of competition, you guys have done pretty well in the competition side of it.
Yeah.
You've been very successful.
Yes.
Any particular insight to? I ain't saying I give you the secret, but
It's just-
practice.
That's about it. I just stick to what it is your mandate is.
Yes.
As a leader, you have to know exactly what it is your competition is doing, and you just gotta keep.
So you have to pay attention.
You gotta pay attention.
It's a study.
You gotta pay attention.
Just like how you watch NFL teams watch
Okay.
film, you watch film.
All right. See as you study, let me ask you a question. I know you ain't drinking none of your drink, but anyway, do you bite some of the routines from other?
No.
No. That's a no-no.
No.
It seems like it's like an unwritten rule in Junkanoo. It's like
No.
a lot of brasses that will play singing songs, another group play.
Now,
It's almost like
let me not say no. I would say that if it is that I see something that another group is doing, I probably might tweak it a bit. I don't want to do the exact same
right,
thing that
right,
they do.
Right.
I would tweak it a bit to complement what it is I need to
And
do.
to make it your own.
Make it my own
Okay.
signature
All right.
set.
That's
like
fair.
that.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Because I know the brass are just unwritten. At least
Yeah, they
most
don't want to be
brass.
playing the same songs and
Well,
oh.
really,
I can
what
tell
I
you one
look
song. I
at,
can tell you one song that everybody played though.
What?
Paparazzi. I love that song. You
But
gotta excuse me.
Hey,
It's a
but
personal
just me.
preference.
I'd have played a song you play, especially if it's good and the crowd like it. I'd have beat
Beat
you.
the
Again,
power. But then
again,
this is an
crowd
unwritten rule.
appeal,
Unwritten rule.
performance,
though. Unwritten rule.
Energy.
I told you, man, I playing any song, but that hot. Again, I ordered that too, boy.
People just
I ain't
they
got no
just
time
want
to
to
play.
touch certain things.
Oh man, it ain't that serious.
But that you see, I don't blow, I don't beat bass,
No,
I don't
no,
ring
no,
bells.
no, no, no,
but
no,
they
no,
they
no.
especially amongst the brass, they touch you. They touch you when it
They
comes to their,
special. I would've called them touchy.
musical selection.
I call them special.
So you never free dance?
Yes, I did free dance one year, I think that's when we brought out crime. I freelance. I was one of the 7 deadly sins. I was lost.
What that? I see what deadly sin was that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did that. That's when I actually basically took a step back from choreography because I wasn't too pleased with some of the things that were going on, especially in terms of the expenditure. I wasn't too happy paying out all that money.
Speaking of expenditure, we touched on it briefly on side parade. So what's the average cost for the parade?
The average
And I know
cost,
all the girls watching, so they be
Yeah.
like,
the average cost from a parade for a Boxing Day parade could range anywhere from $150 to $500. It depends on the theme, and it depends on the costume.
per girl.
Per girl.
And we talking 500 or 150 multiplied by 40.
Yes, per girl. What we do in terms of how we manage it is, again, fundraisers. We sell water, we sell beverages out to practices. We capitalize on any initiative that the JCMP or any other
Side
vet
parade.
is having. Our fundraiser we're having now, the event we're having on November 3rd. Please be there.
Nightmare on Bay Street. With
Once
Then
again,
there's
once again.
Nightmare on Bay
I
Street.
keep running. Let them know.
November 3rd,
with
8
no
p.m.
costume.
With no and then,
Costumes optional.
yes, costumes optional, and then there's also the BTC funding that comes in, which we are so grateful for.
How much is that?
I think it's $6,000.
$6,000.
It sounds like a
That
lot
sound
of
like
money,
money, but I ain't
but
no
trust
money,
me,
boy.
it's
That-
not. It's
that
not
go-
money.
that go like
you
buff.
said. But like you said, we appreciative of.
We're very. It goes a long way.
Look at it from BDC point of view. That's $6,000 multiplied by
Yes, it is.
how many groups? And
Yes.
then you got the B groups and whatever else
Yes,
the case may
and
be.
that's
So
why-
we applaud BDC. Thank
Yes.
you, BDC.
Yes.
We need more people like BDC
Yes,
to come
to
on
take
board.
it on.
Junkanoo expensive?
It is, on the whole. Like you was just talking about the face. Like you saying all about the face
Yes,
now. And these MUAs, makeup artists,
They like what an $80
Average.
price.
averaging from $50 to
God,
$100 a
$80
face.
And then even taking into
But
consideration
not
how much
40.
faces you bring into
Not
them
40.
multiplied by.
But that's
That's
you
their
gotta,
rate.
You got
It
that's
is
their
what
rate.
it
You gotta
is.
pay it. You gotta pay what they asking for if you want to work.
And that's now become an integral part of the
Costume.
parade.
Yes,
The
it is.
costume.
Because your face is a part of your costume.
Even in the free dances, even
Even
the
in the
off the
dances,
shoulders, the
even in the
dancers,
dances.
they do the
Yes,
face
yes,
paint,
yes,
airbrush,
yes,
whatever
yes.
it is to give themselves that edge over the competition.
It's all
and
about
to
going
complete that look.
into character.
Character, it is.
So if your
Theatrics.
claim is yes, and that's basically what you have to do in order to win. But my whole problem with the whole winning is, what do we really win at the end of the day? It's only a
Bragging
fraction
Bragging
of a-
rights. That's it. Everybody wants to be able to brag that they won. They want to be able to go in. They want to be able to go in. Oh, we win 28. We's Boxing Day champions 2018. They want that bragging rights.
But they're not serious, but I want the
For
bob.
those, okay. That's it.
But you can keep, but we give
They
me some
want-
good bob. They come for fine here, but once a bob right, I ain't care.
They want to know that they are the
Yeah.
I think
best.
some people listening to you. Bro.
I don't care, boss. Just give me the bob, boss. I had to give you a couple grand now. We get 7 in lead costume now. Yeah, they give me a couple dollars. So cheap, but you could run 7 and still get a little 2 grand or something, boy.
What much money you can spend on the lead costume, though, bro?
That's still something more than what you had.
What you was gonna never get if you get 7?
Anischa, I used to manage a lead costume. And I'm telling you no joke, I probably spend more than 2 grand on this, my team.
Well, you know my brothers do lead.
Yeah,
so
just,
I
just,
know.
just my team accommodate just food, lunch,
You ain't telling
drinks.
me.
You want to
For
do
the
it
shack,
come
it's
do it-
$2 grand.
Do it
Okay.
come and tell you, but he yelling ain't get no lunch in the morning. But if
Okay.
you want him to stay there to wake the night, boss, you gotta
Gotta
wake
find
it
out.
out.
I gotta
Okay.
So
I
and
need,
you need him.
I need a babysitter.
And you need him
My
tonight.
baby
I
need to
know.
go to nursery school this week so I can help you pace.
And then you
So-
like
and
All
you
these,
literally-
all these gonna deal with.
you actually have to create an atmosphere where the guys don't want to stay
Stay
there
there.
Yes.
and be willing to work.
And what atmosphere is that?
Wait, need
So
gotta make them happy.
You gotta make them happy. You gotta
Okay.
make it a social atmosphere. You gotta buy the
Exactly.
drinks, buy the food.
Exactly.
Look, like by my dad, we have a shack in our yard by my dad, to Peter Street, and that's basically where my brother started. With his
So he doesn't
pieces.
operate from Peter Street anymore?
Yeah, they still operate there, but the shack in
I
itself.
visited that shack probably 3 times.
The shack in itself, because the costumes now have gotten
Gone
so
so
bigger,
Evolved, right.
they would paste certain pieces in there and then
And
they
then move 'em.
move them
Okay.
And
'Cause I know
yeah.
I know for sure they had a lot of fellas in that last
Yeah.
time I was there.
So that's what they doing it there. But they are like my sister. She'll cook like the
You
day
have
Sunday
to,
they'll
and-
cook a Sunday meal and they'll have drinks or they'll light the grill. And like even after the season is done, like he always tries to have something
Yeah, that's
to
what,
show the
that's,
appreciation
that's
for
what
his
keep
team.
you, that's what keep your team together.
Anischa, that's what Junkanoo
You know
is
it's
really
about.
all about. You know, the pacing aspect of us.
family.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That camaraderie.
That's basic
What
family.
the relationships you build getting to Bay Street
Yes.
are so much more important than Bay Street
Street
itself.
The
itself.
chemistry. It's about chemistry.
Yes.
Keeping that chemistry going. Because even like outside of the practice aspect, we'd have events for the girls. Then we'd have socials, stuff like that. Like I remember last year we did one at Solar Rigby. She's our mediator. She sits on our board as well. We have somebody who has no aspect of Junkanoo. Not Junkanoo, but choreography.
Solar
But
Rush,
she-
man. I see
Solar,
Solar
yeah,
Rush. I
Solar
saw
used to
Solar Rush.
choreograph.
Okay, all right.
She's now one of our free dancers. Her and her kids, they make it every parade. And we had something at our house and we did a scavenger hunt. And we was all over Nassau. And that was so much fun. And then we sat down, we had dinner and everything, and everybody was able to just come out, relax, and have a good time.
And that's what it's all about. You know, the socialization of it. Really.
Yes, it is.
We are social people, and I always tell Denny, when I used to rush, I used to enjoy my shock experience more than Bay Street. When you reach on Bay Street, oh, bring the costume up, oh, go in the back, oh, move up front, oh, turn around, spin 360. And I be like, I just spent the last 3 months in the shock getting this costume ready, and you want me to do all these things? I blow.
And you know what is get me as well? Like, I'll tell the dancer, I'm like, look, you got to be able to tune people out. Certain people you just have to ignore.
Yeah.
I'm talking about some of the marshals who might come to you. Some marshals you gotta ignore
No.
because that is not their place to be
It's
telling
to
you
be
move
move
up,
up,
go back,
yeah.
turn around, do this,
And
to
everybody will
smile.
give instructions.
Everybody want to give you instructions. Then you have the crowds on the side who chanting and jeering and oh you ain't smiling, oh
You
you
dead,
jumping,
oh,
you
you ain't
dead,
moving,
oh
oh,
you
Get
fat,
fifth, get
oh
fifth.
you get
Bloods.
all these things you
Yeah.
have to be able to absorb
Yeah.
and just push it off and just zone it out. And it's really a lot. Plus the fatigue. Because I remember New Year's Day gone. We worked up to the wire.
Pressure.
Pressure. Some people can handle it and some people can't.
Yeah.
No, everybody can't handle it.
Well, yeah, everybody got under
Like
pressure.
half of my
People
costume
is
was
down under
decorate one
pressure.
way, the next half you
Half
never see the rest of the stones. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was.
Speak to the decorations. I mean, I know decorating is a major part of your presentation.
Yes.
Costs, feathers.
Well, in terms of, if the costume itself calls for feathers,
Yeah.
then we'd use it. Not every costume will need feathers.
Feathers.
But in terms of the decorations, you'd use like your sequins, your stones, your glass, your glitter foam, as he call it. Those type things you use to help embellish the costume, enhance it.
the costume.
But then you again, like you said, putting on the costume and it's just cardboard and
Cardboard.
paint. It's one thing.
And
then you
when
gotta
it-
put that on when it
the
up all them other days.
decorations, people don't understand.
And some
If
people
you
really-
use a gallon of glue to paste your costume,
Okay.
that's a gallon on your costume.
Okay, exactly,
People don't
exactly.
understand that, you know.
And then
And you say you get a pound of feathers, a pound
Pound
of
of feathers
feathers
is
is
a
a
pound
pound.
of feathers.
Is a pound.
Right.
And
And then
you
you
be like-
get those the glass. People like glass, but
Yeah,
glass is really
glass
heavy.
heavy.
And I ain't talking about the glue from the glue gun.
You see that? Well, you get about 40 glue sticks. You put 40 glue sticks in your hand and feel the weight on that.
Okay.
That again on your
Your
costume.
costume.
So people don't think about all that when they
Yes.
start to decorate. They just dot.
They just want look. They just want to say, "Oh, I look
I
good.
look good."
I look good." And then when they put it on, they're like,
But
"What
it's
a
heavy,
freak."
boy.
Wait, this-
Say in Junkanoo like this, boy. In the gate, oh man, this light. By the time she reached by Solomon, Mine, and John, but
Yeah, and that waiting.
that way that set
And
in, but
especially if
that
you
dead way
fatigue,
that
you
done-
ain't rest. You've been lacking sleep for the last
And that's
couple
what
of
when-
days.
How choreographs manage that? You been up from Boxing Day to New Year's Day trying to get New Year's Day costume out, hardly sleep. Then you gotta practice because your routine ain't completely lined yet for New Year's Day. Now then you gotta go to parade and you blow.
Yeah. Well, again, it's the adrenaline rush. You just gotta put your mind in the game that this is something you want to do.
Yeah.
You just, it's just that feeling. Like, literally, like someone was saying, Notice when you first get your costume, every piece, you keep dusting that. You have that toothbrush, you have that brush, you keep brushing that because you don't want no web on your costume. After the parade over, how far you throw that?
Y'all don't even make it past the parking
Okay,
lot.
people leave it right there on Bay Street.
It may not make it home.
Okay, people leave it right there.
I still don't understand it, but all them months and days and sleepless nights.
You don't want nobody touch that.
This costume and you just like do the same, boy. Like the record do all this and tell us, but y'all will kill me, boy, if I must do something with this costume when it's coming to Bay Street. Boy, coming back from Bay Street, boy, y'all ain't care if I run into one truck on building with this, boy.
That's the truth.
You know?
It didn't serve its purpose.
That is one of the most unappreciative part of the parade.
Right there.
Yes.
The marshals who are responsible for packing up everybody's stuff.
But,
Because Junkanoo's evolved now. But people do now is
like
like
you
40
need-
foot
you
container
need-
there, just rest it by the container. Don't even put
Like
it in.
I think in this year I want
That's a job.
I want to have a judgment team or just come to Junkanoo when Junkanoo
Over and clean up.
to pick up whatever need to pick up and carry it back to my shack. I won't be a part of the actual parade. I will come after the parade because that's when we lose most of the things you need.
You
The
right.
carving,
Wait,
those,
soldier,
those
But you
heads
gotta
and
realize
everything.
everybody
And
everybody for the
everybody-
beginning. They wouldn't be the end.
And when the fatigue gets you, boss, all you do, boy.
You'll be right
you
there
can
sleeping
carry
on the
that,
side of
boy.
your costume and somebody will
Yeah.
carry that.
So, all the dudes who done been on the parade all night, you want them stay there to break down this costume, get this to the shop.
No current.
You
You done tired.
No current.
If you get a fresh set of hands, pick up from the Bay Street when Junkanoo over, tell the dudes, but y'all go and we get this, boss.
That makes sense.
It does.
We get this.
That makes sense.
So now he just went, grab all the pieces, carry them back to the shack, he fresh, so he can break down faster
More
and
efficiently.
more
Yeah.
efficiently and preserve more of the stuff you have. Man, when you done fatigue, but you just something must you in 10 foot in the air, but you throw that in there, let that drop on the ground.
You don't
Boom.
care.
You
You
just
don't
want
care.
that. I know, boss. I've been in that position, boss. We were trying to
A
go.
hair across the top
we
of
were
the
trying to
cloud,
go-
you're trying to decide.
Okay.
put the
Alright.
roof on top, but the roof got to come down, but I can't pass no line.
Pull that
But
down?
you push that down, but I break rod trying to get it. You know what I mean? But that's what the fatigue is to
Yeah.
you, boss. You ain't thinking. You
It
ain't
is,
thinking.
it is.
All you thinking about is, but I need to get home to sleep. I need to hurry up, park up, and I need rest.
All you want to do is sleep.
You see? So that's why you need a pit crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a pit crew. Every Junkanoo group should have a pit crew.
One to
But
set up
no,
and
but
one to break down.
Junkanooers, but we like Junkanoo too much to be a pit crew, but we
Boy,
won't be
we
on
ain't
that
wanna be
road.
on- we ain't wanna be on
Boy,
the
I
hot-
won't be there when my group come to Russell Square, but when we roll over, I
And
will see
cross.
this and thing, boy.
Standing right.
So, the man, I'll tell those I'll help set up what I need to set up. I can see you all when Junkanoo
Over.
over.
And you have some
When
people who's
Junkanoo
be there when
over,
it starts.
I go sleep in my truck. And when Junkanoo over, y'all call me. I'll be right there waiting.
Top, that's a great idea. Right?
You know what I mean?
And like you say, it'll take a sacrifice because everybody wants to be on the parade. But not
parade.
everybody, you know. Not everybody anymore. You got some folks who being involved with Junkanoo.
But they still ain't gonna come down to break down. But you gotta some people who willing to just do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that'll make life so easy. Wait, that right there, the ending
Would
part
save
of
the group a lot of
Junkanoo.
money.
No, the ending part of Junkanoo is to discourage most Junkanoos not to come back.
How so?
Mentally, boss, when you done
You
finish,
blow, you
but
break
you
down.
tired,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
nah,
yeah, yeah.
you
And now you gotta
vibing.
responsible
Nah,
mechanic.
you vibing, cause man, ain't nobody gonna help me take this costume now, but I need to get this. I ain't got no truck to get my costume in the shop, and I ain't doing this no more.
And then they don't go to the next parade. They supposed to rush because they don't want to go to the hassle of it
Same.
again.
That right there.
Point
Now, if
blank.
you ought to do it right there, willing, boss, bring it there. Rest it there.
'Cause we all
I
know-
break this down, carry this to the shop.
We all know.
You have designated trailer, but this guy in the Satan shop. This your boy, them shop to Peter Street. This the shop of Michael Road. What shop you in? Michael Road? Alright then.
Put stuff in
Blue
that
tag on that guy in Michael Road. Red tag on that guy in Peter Street.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
requires planning. It requires planning. That's basically what it is.
But logistics by Junkanoo, logistics in Junkanoo is a serious thing.
It is.
But what it also shows is Junkanoo is no longer just a we show up
Show
thing.
thing.
It's a
Yes.
business.
It is.
So when you
It's a moving production.
So who you think moving
start
that
to
40-foot
finish?
container you putting them stuff in? You need a driver. You
Like
gotta get paid.
I watched a series on Netflix, Blacklist. Raymond Reddington is a judgment.
I scale that.
He hired a dude. He hired a dude who used to do logistics with a circus to do logistics for him.
Just to move
Because
it,
this dude used to move the circus in such a timely manner. Dude say, man, if you could move a whole circus, you could operate my business for me, do logistics for me.
That's what it is.
You see what I saying? So that right there, boss, is a serious thing.
But once we identify that it is a job, and someone needs to be compensated for that job, it will get done. But here's the problem in Junkanoo. We want someone to do the job, but don't compensate them for it. Hello? Hello?
Makes sense.
Okay, that's all I gotta say.
You see?
I tell you one thing, the 40-foot container, which you leave out there, if you don't pay the driver,
I can stay there.
okay then. Or it won't even get there.
Yeah, you know how to think out.
Alright, so we pay who we want to pay to do certain services. But the proper thing is to get a proper thing to get a proper thing.
Which is true.
Hello? And that's Bahamian terms for pay
the
piper.
to get what you need to get done.
Makes sense.
And stop relying on, because if you keep relying on volunteers, you know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
All right, everybody on base, she dancing.
Yeah.
And after bread?
And after bread, everybody going home.
Everybody going home.
Everybody going home.
Or sitting in one.
So you there trying to take down someone 20 feet in the air with two doors.
And how much of y'all put it up now?
You got about 50 doors in the beginning, and you put that up there, boss.
For true.
End of the parade, you can't find 5 dudes tell you take that down.
I know.
Because everybody only want to see it when it first go up. Everybody want to see the first lap.
That's us. When we didn't go down the parade, don't let you feel like you didn't get your head whop off.
They walk straight over there. They go straight over there.
You have all the help at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, mate.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, dog, eat your lunch.
No, but especially if you get your head ram off. You get your head ram off what? Don't even forget that you had costume. What that is. You around there playing? Yeah, spite. Don't serious thing, but
so funny. I've seen people actually exit the parade on Shirley Street. Let's just take the East Street barricades and open up.
Gone.
Gone.
Well, it's actually from Bay Street, right there by East Street, boss. Talking about Shirley Street.
When pre-station it.
Yeah, boss. Do it.
Open up.
You gotta go through, boss. I can't make it no more. Or those come down by Elizabeth Avenue, go straight.
Straight up at the hospital. Gone.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time to play.
Anischa, do you perform, or do your girls perform after East Street, or you just basically have a flow type situation?
It just really flows because after East Street,
Everybody's break off running.
And that's a problem. I tell people, boss, if I down here come to watch Junkanoo down here, why I getting nothing?
Right.
I tell those I'd been judging till Elizabeth Avenue, boss.
It basically shuts down after that.
You see what I said? So you robbing whoever else down there want to watch the parade. All they get down there is, boss, people so tired they done running around.
They're trying to get to the...
They're trying to get Elizabeth Avenue.
Trying to get some Gatorade.
You know what I mean?
And what's the amazing thing for me is the reverse happens on Shirley Street. It's like the group doesn't start until
East Street. So all them people in the beginning, that's like, why y'all don't start? Why y'all don't start?
Tell East Street, because basically...
So the parade, the bonnet and the East Street, and the music ain't roll yet.
And they still treat Elizabeth Avenue trying to get
the
her
music ain't roll yet.
Yes. These are just
the dynamics.
We
but
observe
it is what it is.
Yeah. Let's go. We ask this question. We come to the end of our show. And we can promote one more time at the end. Because that's what we're here for initially. But it's been an interesting conversation, and we're glad you come because you're not our first choreograph guest, but you've really enlightened us on a lot of things that's happened in the choreograph section. And we've asked a lot of our guests.
Everybody got a different story.
Yeah, everybody has a different story. And that's why we invite everybody on our show. For you, if you had an opportunity to be in charge of Junkanoo, what would you do differently, or what would you do the same? This is a question we ask all our guests.
To enhance the product.
And this is how we get a feel for how best we can move forward.
Well, for me, what I would do differently, I would, in terms of, let's say, the judging aspect of it, because I sat in with a presentation the other day, and I was alarmed at how inexperienced and unaware they were about what goes on with Junkanoo. So one of the first things I would implement is probably having an actual earlier conclave for persons that are interested in
And
actually
actually
being
doing
able
it.
to judge, to know exactly what it is.
Yes.
Because you can't put all of that in 1 week of classes. It's too much information. It's really, really too much.
Mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling. And even with the judges, you even have some people who in Junkanoo, because they just come up through generations, they still have no idea as to the background and the foundation of their groups. And where all of this come from, and why we do it year after year, same time every year. So for me, it first has to start with the education aspect of Junkanoo. So I can understand why you argue for your group. I can understand why you're sacrificing time and money every year doing the same thing over and over and over again. So for me, it would have to start with the education aspect of actually letting the fans, as well as the persons who are involved, know exactly what Junkanoo is all about. Because people just say Junkanoo,
Yeah. But
they don't know what it entails.
And we use it so loosely.
Yes, we
You have the
do.
Junkanoo ball, you have the Junkanoo this, you have the Junkanoo that. Every time they use our word Junkanoo to enhance their event, we collectively should be collecting a check.
Yes, and we're not.
Because Junkanoo, for those who participate in Junkanoo,
There's only a handful of people profiting from it. And the people who really put in the time and the sacrifice, we don't see it. We don't see it.
Just like that.
Point blank.
Great, my head just now. Yeah.
It is what it is.
What's the next question we normally ask after that one? Because I can't even remember right now. You in charge of Junkanoo. Now what?
For me, if I was in charge of Junkanoo, what would I do differently? Increase the funding. Oh, but that.
Automatic.
I would liaise with the government, because we have companies coming to this country every day wanting to invest in our country. One of the mandates of an investor should be to invest in the country, which is in the country's culture, so that it thrives. These hotels that come into our country, the aspect of Junkanoo is something people come who've been visiting our country for years. They come year after year after year.
Yeah. Yep.
And in order for it to stay prominent in our country, the persons that are coming here to invest need to pump some of that
And us.
in us. And not just Junkanoo. Junkanoo for me, and I said this to somebody, Junkanoo for me shouldn't just exist on Bay Street. That should be a whole week of activities leading up to that parade. Whereas you have persons that want to come, just like how they have Carnival, because you have guests and you have people and you have fans who actually want to be a part of Junkanoo in itself. But because it's a competition, the competition aspect of it doesn't allow them that opportunity. So you should have a festival going on that entire week where persons could, you and your group, you have your favorite group, y'all could manufacture, like how they do the Carnival, manufacture your costume, sell your packages, and put on a parade for your fans, separately for your fans and for guests and tourists to be able to get that experience.
I agree with you. But the catch-22 with all of that is that we so embroiled with the competition.
Right.
Who's going to produce these costumes for these persons?
Again.
While we here worrying about a competition, would we get nothing from it?
And again, it then starts with us changing our whole mindset of how Junkanoo is and just focusing on the competition. When I say that is that you as the leader of your group now need to know that, hey, during this time, this now becomes a part of your whole production of your group.
Right, so you have to produce these additional
for so you
people
put
who can actually pay you.
again, you put the actual logistics in place that you know that, hey, during this week, this is my team who deals primarily with this money would be getting from this goes into that. That, like you said.
That is an excellent point. Excellent point.
That's all it is, just making people be more responsible and accountable for the existence of our culture.
Yep.
Because like for me, like I told you earlier, I'm not going to be doing this my entire life. I'm going to eventually step back and allow other persons to take the reins, because for me, I'm doing my culture and what I do as a choreograph leader a disservice if I'm not training other people to pick up the reins.
Yep.
And you mentioned earlier that you have
I have a 15-year-old daughter
who is now
choreographing.
right.
So,
So she probably can hold you into the fold for another 5 years.
okay, no,
Say no.
no,
At minimum, minimum of 4 then.
I-
Minimum of 4.
I know. I didn't even think that long.
Mm.
But for me, like, it's all about a mentorship. You're supposed to be mentoring these individuals, young and old,
Yep.
because it's just not for the young and old, as to what it is for them to value and what it is that you do, and have a greater appreciation, because at the end of the day, we're all working towards one commonality, which is, like, as far as I'm concerned, Junkanoo is the greatest show on earth.
Yeah.
It is.
And I want to be able to go there and give the best show possible for the people who come in to enjoy it. Win, lose, or draw.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Win, lose, or draw, the
Makes
best
sense.
man wins.
And if everybody would take that mentality, I think we'd be okay.
Yeah.
I
To
think
me,
we'd be
I,
okay.
I can appreciate when I win in the fans' eyes. You don't have to call my name first to know. But if I could get somebody, when I step off that parade, to be like, man, I watched you perform and I was blown away, and I was like, I could appreciate all my efforts and why I did what I do.
Yep.
Because you see people, you can see it in their eyes when they're ecstatic
Yeah.
about what they're seeing.
Yep.
So you know what you just did wasn't in vain.
It's amazing you mentioned that, because I posted a picture on Let's Talk a few weeks ago, and I gave the caption, there's a fan behind a drummer, and her reaction was like, like, what is this, and what am I experiencing right now?
yeah.
And it's like, if everybody who visit these islands get that same experience, I think this country would be all right.
Yeah.
We
Be
have the entertainment for them.
Yes, we do.
It's just a matter of packaging that entertainment and
And
delivering
marketing
that
that right.
to them properly.
Yes, it is.
Is our problem.
Yes, and it even devies deeper than just Junkanoo, because I know I used to do cultural shows.
Yes.
I used to do fire dance and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's when the Island Club used to be open, Nassau Beach Hotel, and
Right.
from aspects of that closed down,
It's like it's just gone
it
completely.
just gone
The old
completely.
cable be scratched by
Yeah.
all that entertainment, King
All of that, King of Nights,
all them different,
yeah,
like, you know.
it's just died, gone.
History.
History. And like when they try to do it, it's promoted on such a small
Small
scale.
scale.
Like they'll have like a cultural festival, and they'll be like, okay, we'll have gombe dances, and we'll have limbo, and we'll have fire and stuff like that. But there's no place for a Bahamian to go and enjoy a cultural show,
No.
or even a guest.
No.
Other than what they put inside the hotels, or what they market as a Bahamian show in the hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anischa, it's been a pleasure. We want you to
Yes.
promote your event. Final time. Let people know the place, the time,
Nightmare on Bay Street
location.
With no costume.
with no costume.
No costume.
November
Oh, we got
3rd.
a nightmare with no costume.
8
boss.
calls. but
Costume's optional. Costume's optional.
It's optional. I made it optional just for you.
But everybody, I guess, I bet you everybody who saw that flyer thought this is a costume.
Oh, I
party.
thought I was a costume party too.
See that?
But guess what? It's a costume party. We're costume folks. This is an official costume party after Halloween. Hey, it doesn't matter when Halloween falls, you know.
Hey,
This event is a costume party.
my course, Guy Fox ain't coming up until the Monday after, so all this in cycle.
All right.
Well,
Here we go.
sec-
Roll it in.
November 3rd. The freaks come out at night
And the freaks will come out that night.
With costume.
With costume.
with costumes on. 8 Balls Sporting Lounge, Elizabeth Avenue.
Yeah.
Tickets are now on sale. I will be creating the event calendar on Facebook, so
Yeah.
please stay tuned for that and hit me up for your tickets.
Nightmare on Bay Street, now with costume. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry but all the noise in the background. My little mini-me is in studio today, our
That's
assistant producer.
Yeah.
And you hear him in the back there making all that noise. He at that stage now, he can't keep quiet. So we do apologize if you hear any little ruckus in the background today. This is a family-orientated show, and so we want everybody to tune in. Yeah, it's been nice having
Let's go.
I remember my name.
Miss Fernander on the show today. It's been an informative show, more entertaining, as Double Rock usually be. You know, like that. Next week Sunday, Mr. Bossman I have an engagement next week Sunday. Now I know what we can do.
We can work it out. I think me and Mr. Medusa can hit the road, or we have several options. We can work something out.
Well,
We can discuss that over here.
hold on 1 second, boy. I gotta check my calendar 1 second, boy.
It might not be this weekend, eh?
No, something
trying to
this
see if
weekend. No, I thought the following weekend was like going too, but it's the week after that. So, yeah. I had an invite to a service next week Sunday, which I cannot deny.
Okay, no problem.
You understand me?
Me and Mr. Medusa will,
We
fill
can
the
get
gaps.
something together, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but on behalf of myself, I even checked the sponsors today, boss. We ain't get put out the spot today.
Well, you let the sponsors know that was
They like the dang our sponsors here at Gas Up at Friends Augusta, letting us use this nice cool environment to host Double Rock as usual. Gas Up is where every day is Friday except Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. They're the days we are closed. Every other day is Friday, so you can come and get gas up, beam up, shoot up, whatever you want to get. You know what I mean? We got the bestest mixed drinks in the house, bestest chicken wings in the world, not even on the island, boss, in the world. That had endorsed from the gold boss yesterday. He said he been everywhere in the world and he's the best chicken wings he had. And he ain't had no sauce on it.
no sauce.
No sauce.
No sauce.
No sauce on the wife. So you know we ain't got no time to play at gas up. We running current 24/7. We also sponsored here by Party Crashers. Like I said, we got the Max Best drinks in town. You can find Party Crashers on Facebook, Party Crashers 242, Instagram, Crashers 242. You know what I mean? If you're having a party,
And we
team
deliver,
party,
eh?
you're having a party, a team party, and need a colored drink, specialty drink, whatever you need. Party Crashers, that's us. We can get that for you, my boy. No long talk. You know what I mean? I plan to.
I like that.
Yeah, right there. You see that? That's how you feel into the party. You
That's
see how you
me,
getting
that's
on?
me, yes.
That's how you feel to the party when Party Crashers crash your party. Everybody's leaving the party feeling like that. No long talk. Ring us up. We also sponsored by Netty Lab Productions, boss. That's the man who's bringing all Double Rock every week live. So if you need drone shots, photo shots, little short, commercial short, video clips, whatever you need, any kind of production in terms of audio, visual, you know what I mean? He can get you together live. Netty Lab Production. Netty Lab is on Facebook too. Netty Lab on Facebook. You can catch Netty Lab Productions on Facebook. Line up the thing. We also sponsored by
Junkanoo.
Run the current daddy boss. You gotta be hype like me, boss. You can't come here.
Junkanoo,
Yeah,
Bahamas,
you
Junkanoo
can't be
Carnival.
falling down on
Big
the
things
vibe.
coming up. Big things coming. I got a big announcement next week, so stay tuned.
Yeah, you see?
Big things.
That's good.
Big
And
things.
the-
And we also sponsored by.
By Nightmare on Bay Street. Now a costume body. Now a
Bring
costume.
your hey,
Chain and just staying that in and Double Rock just staying that in the
you got 6 days to
costume
get your
party.
costume together.
Nightmare on Bay Street. Y'all should have a best nightmare costume, boy. No lie. But I'll show up there.
Hey, I
I ain't telling
got a
them.
suggestion. Tell all the girls come in that same outfit they
Blah,
wear.
blah. Everybody so.
Run the current. Real talk,
Hey, the place will be booked out after that.
Yeah, but you can sell about 300 tickets live. Get people on the roof and thing. You know what I mean? Current on. Yeah,
Hey,
boy.
I just thought of something.
See that?
We'll see how that goes.
We'll have your mind jumping
We'll
when you
see
come
how
to
that
Double
goes.
Rock, you know
We'll
what
see
I
how
mean?
that goes.
Okay.
So yeah, on behalf of myself, aka Top Class, my producer, Mr. Silas, my sister, the producer, Mr. Dendrez,
Paparazzi.
And Miss Fernander.
Miss
we have
Fernander.
just brought you a special uncensored edition of Double Rock, my boy. No long talk. They can see you next week. We ain't know yeah from where, but Double Rock still be tuned next week. Stay tuned. We live. We out here. Wait, the Rams can punch off some heads today, boy. No long dog. I got a trash dog, boy. Dolphin get beat. I dead petty now.
He's a dolphin, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Who are you?
Nedlip Productions.